What is up, everybody? Bogsley back again with another Flesh and Blood video. And today we're going to be looking at my tier list that I made about 2 weeks ago before the ProQuest season started. We now have 2 weeks of ProQuest under our belt. I'm going to look at my tier list, say where I think the meta adjusted to, where I was wrong, and where I was right. Before we do that, though, we're doing a giveaway over my Twitter account, twitter.com/mabogsley. We are giving away a pack of Dragon Shield custom sleeves with my name on them and a cute logo. Great for holding your cold foils, great for your deck. Just really good quality sleeves. And we'll be giving away a Spew Shadow playmat. Wow, one of my favorite playmat arts. I got this for winning a pre-release in Indy, actually. It was an additional prize they gave out. So, super cool playmat. I'll be giving away that. And these sleeves, a package of them, over on my Twitter account. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter, like and retweet that tweet, and subscribe here on YouTube for your chance to win. And I will be picking that winner Wednesday. So let's see. That would be Wednesday the 9th. So 1 week from when this video airs. You have until then. So the drawing will end Wednesday the 9th. And I'll pick the winner Thursday the 10th. So if you want to enter, feel free to enter before Wednesday the 9th. Wednesday 9th, midnight Central Time, entries are turned off, and I will draw the winner Thursday. Again, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and retweet my tweet on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter. And hey, you can win some sleeves, a playmat, and who knows what else I might throw in there. Alright, now back to the video. So, last week, or 3 weeks ago when I made my first video, I had Viserai as the deck to beat. I thought Viserai was going to be insane. I thought Bravo was also insane. I thought Chain could be up there and Briar could be up there. But how did the meta actually shake out? Let's take a look. So I got all this information online. I found all of these links and these data on the Reddit. Reddit.com r/FabTcg and Flesh and Blood are the two places I normally go for my information. And how does this compare to what I said? So, for the first week, the top 8 meta breakdown was 40% Bravo star of the show. That's a mistake. I had Bravo as second place. I thought Viserai would be better. Then we had Viserai with 19%, Chain with 11, Briar with 9, and then Lexi with 9%. I'm not sure who these other ones are because the graph doesn't tell us. But that's a big percentage for Bravo. So Bravo ran away with the meta week 1. Bravo was the deck to beat week 1. And I was wrong on that, but that's okay. But now it's week 2. And everyone knew that Bravo was the deck to beat. So everyone started to bring counter decks, right? Everyone's like, okay, if Bravo is the best, I'm going to bring a deck to beat Bravo. So how did that turn out? So if you look here, top 8 wins by heroes. So they made the top 8. How many times do they win once they get in the top 8? Starvo fell to 37%. So that's great. People are kind of knocking it down a bit. Viserai rose up, like I said. Chain rose up. Briar fell off the earth. Briar is no longer to be seen. But that's okay, because then Prisim came out of nowhere. Prisim takes 9% of the meta. So I had the top 3, right? And Briar was the week before. So my top 4 decks to beat were pretty close, just the wrong order. So I'm proud about that. But then we had Prisim. And I put Prisim in somewhat viable, but I underestimated the new cards that she got in Everfest. So those new auras, you can stack them. They're blue, so they pitch really well. They're just so good. So Prisim definitely is going to have to move up. And that's a mistake by me. I thought Prisim was going to be a lot worse, because Prisim into a field of Viserai, Chain, and Briar seems terrible. But Prisim into a meta of Guardians? Give me that Prisim. I made a mistake there. Any other outliers that were surprising? Lexi at 5%, that's kind of cool. Dash at 1%, it's upsetting, but this right here isn't a super unhealthy meta. Starvo at 37 is a little too high. If we got Starvo to 25%, they'd be a lot more doable. So the meta still has work to do, but I think this week we're going to see even less Starvo as people learn how to beat it, how to play against it, and what decks to really bring. So then we have this last graph I wanted to show off. This is PQ wins by hero so far. So the first 2 weeks, Starvo has won 55%, and now that is a staggering number. If one hero can win more than half the events, I'm scared. However, you have to realize that about half the people going to these ProQuest events are also bringing Starvo. So a large field is Starvo, so Starvo should have a bigger piece of this pie. So this is upsetting. This is not a healthy look for the meta, but I think this can be solved. I think Starvo will be taken down a notch sooner or later. Once people start running more pummels, once people start playing more discard effects, pummels are insane. I was playing pummels in my Viserai deck week 1. I did not do well with it, but I think pummels is the way to go if you're trying to beat Starvo. However, Viserai had 10%, Prism had 15%. Who is this one? This is Oldhim. Oldhim is sneaking up there and taking on some wins. I love it. We even have a Dory win. And these are only people that actually reported them to this website that did the stats. So this is very interesting from a way to look at it. So now, where is the meta now? Where did the meta come to? Viserai, Ivor Viserai, I don't think is even in the competitive tier anymore. I think he knocks down right here. I think Viserai is very viable, but I just don't think he's as good as Bravo and Prism, unfortunately. I think he's great, but I don't think he's that great. Bravo, star of the show. Best deck in the game right now. Easiest deck to pilot, so it's going to get a lot more people playing it, and it's just really, really good. Now, Chain, I really think Chain is good. I think he is, but I don't think he's as good as the top dogs. I think Chain has to fall down next to Viserai down here, which I don't think we're going to have a Runeblade in the competitive tier, because Briar, I think if you know how to run Briar, she can be viable. I think she's down here, but I don't think she's a top dog. Who I do think is a top dog, though, is Prism. Prism and Bravo are shaking hands. It's like that cat meme, but the two cats are shaking hands. They're like, yo, how's it going? They're up there. They're chilling together. They're having a great time being the top 2 decks to beat. I honestly don't think there's any other decks that are that strong. If you look at Dash, Dash is doing terrible in this meta. I think Dash isn't somewhat viable now. I think if you're sleeving up Dash to go to the ProQuest, you have to be able to build the super grindy matchup of Prism. You have to beat the super aggro combo deck of Bravo. You got to beat the OTK deck of Viserai and the super aggressive Chain. There's too many top dogs you need to beat right now, and it's too hard to tweak. And because of that, I think Dash gets knocked down a level. She's not fast enough to beat Prism. She's not controlling enough to beat the OTK decks. She's in this awkward mid-range pile that's not great right now, unfortunately. Bravo Showstopper, again, I think if you're playing Bravo, you have to play Bravo side of the show. I think Bravo also gets knocked down. That's somewhat viable. You can play her. You can play him, actually. You can play him. My bad, Bravo. But I don't think it's a great choice right now, unfortunately. Now, Oldhim. I really, honestly think Oldhim would be up here. I think Oldhim can handle all of these decks right here with one thing. Oldhim matchup into Prism is terrible. Because of that, I think he goes the 3rd best deck to play right now. I think if your meta does not have a lot of Prisms and everyone's still on star of the show, you bring Oldhim and you just control it. You grind that game out, you make it so they have no more dominated attacks left in their deck, and you slowly take over that match. But if you're going to be running into Prisms, you're going to have a bad, bad tournament. Looking at the next deck, Kano. So I saw 2 Kanos in my ProQuest I went to. There's rumors of Kanos getting top 4s and getting second in a lot of tournaments. Kano is doing work. I think if you're a competent Kano player, this is a great meta for you. An amazing meta almost. The Prisms coming up makes me want to put him in somewhat viable because he's really bad in the Prism. However, I think he can still be here. He's good against a lot of these decks. If you know how to play Kano, he got so many hot tools. I think I put Kano perfectly. And I think that's the same with Dory. Dory just won a ProQuest this week at my local shop. A Dory won. I think Dory is viable. I think if you're a good Dory player, you can catch people off guard. You know why? People don't know what Dory does. People don't know how to play against Dory, and you can take that and just run with it. Oh, what's that card do? What's this card do? What's that card do? Take advantage of people not knowing your deck and just get those wins. Next is Lexi. So I said Lexi was somewhat viable for the reasons that she's good against Bravo, but she's bad against Prism. I think that's still kind of the case. However, there's a new Lightning build that I did not think was going to be possible when Splendor Run and Ball Lightning got banned. But I think Lexi is now above Briar. I think I'd put Lexi right there. Well, if you can play Lightning, you can probably beat Prism. I haven't tested these matchups yet, but I've seen the decks. I've thought about the decks. But I think the awkwardness is you want Lightning into Prism, but you want Ice into Bravo. And you can't do both. So if your meta's mostly Bravos and Oldhims, I guess you go Ice. But if you're going against Prisms and stuff, then you want Lightning. So Lexi's in a weird meta situation where you can build her 2 ways, aggro or control. But if you go the aggro route and you can't out aggro some decks, but you can out control some. It's weird. Lexi's in a really weird spot. I love Lexi. She's my favorite ranger. Lexi's my top 3 favorite hero right now, so I really enjoy her, but I don't think she's any higher than what she is here. Reinhardt, I think what I said about Reinhardt is fine. He's great into these 2 decks. Not even great. He's good against these 2 decks. But I don't think he's good enough into the field. I think Reinhardt is just there. Reinhardt is a clunky class because it's randomness, or dice rolling, and discard. Any class that relies on discarding and rolling dice is always going to have a hard time at the top tables because you could just roll ones. You could just discard the wrong cards. There's ways to manage this variance, and there's ways to try to get the edge. But any deck that relies on that much variance is going to feel bad and is going to stay in somewhat viable. Next is Sir Bolton. I put him in not viable, and I was wrong. Bolton has the Sabres build, the Hatchets build, and the Raiden build. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's viable. Like, I'm not saying that. But I think he should be above Dash. I think he should be here. He's fine. Bolton is fine. I don't have anything else to say about Bolton. I think he's an okay hero. I don't think he's in a great spot right now. But he can squeak out wins against a lot of decks. I have mixed feelings on Bolton. I know this isn't much of an analysis on Bolton because I don't play Bolton, and no one in my local areas play Bolton. But I've seen deck lists online. I've seen people talking about the different builds, and I think I'm going to build the Hatchets version because I have my Cold Foil Hatchets I got from an armory one time. And I really want to just throw some hatchets to people and try the warrior class out. Next up is we have Azalea. I still think Azalea is in D. Don't bring Azalea. I'm sorry to the Azalea mains. You're going to get destroyed by Prisim. You're going to feel bad when you play against Oldhim. Sure, you can square out wins against Bravo, but Bravo's not the only deck that people are bringing, so unfortunately. Next is Katsu. And I rated Katsu at D, and I saw your comments. I saw a lot of people was upset. Like, oh, Katsu's better. She's not a D. And you're right. People were playing the aggro decks at my local ProQuest. People got top 8. Derek, actually. Derek's a good friend of mine. He's a very good player. Very, very skilled player. And he loves Katsu, and he brought the 100 wins combo. And he was destroying Bravos because Bravos don't want to block. But I don't know how much higher I can put him. I think realistically he's good against Bravo and Prism, but he's not good against like Viserai and Oldhim. So I think I'm gonna put him in somewhat viable. I think I'm actually gonna move Dash and Bravo into not viable. I don't think you can play this kind of strategy right now, but I do think Katsu is viable, and I think he belongs right there. Or if you know how to play him, you can squeak the wins out. And Katsu is what I would call a noob crusher. If you don't know how to play against Katsu, you're going to lose almost every game. You need to know the combo lines. You need to know when to block, when not to block. Do you block the first Kodachi? Do you block the second Kodachi? Do you block the first combo card? Do you think he has a natural combo in hand? It's a lot of like mind games and trying to figure out, does he need to find the combo? Does he have the combo? Is there another attack coming, or is he just going to arsenal the card? It's such a mind game, and it's so much fun to play against Katsu. But yeah, I don't know. And last but not least is Levia. I'm going to say one thing. The one guy in my local play group loves Levia. He got very upset when I posted the video, and Levia was in D tier. But then he went to the ProQuest and brought Bravo Star of the show. If you're a Levia main and you won't even play Levia, I think D tier should just be changed to throw in the trash. I don't know what else to say about that. I just think Levia is not viable. I hope the next set gives Levia more stuff, but I don't think she's in a position right now where you can play her. Let me know what you guys think about this. I don't think there's any controversial takes here. I think this is a very good standpoint of the meta, but I could be wrong again. We're going to see what week 3 of the ProQuest comes up to. I'm driving up to Michigan, so if you guys are from Michigan, let me know. I will see you guys at the 2 ProQuests this weekend. I have no idea what I'm bringing. I have an Oldhim deck that I'm working on right now. I might just bring Bravo Star of the show. I might just stick with Viserai, because Viserai is fully sleeved right here. I have a Kano list right there that I have sleeved and I want to test. I have no idea what to bring. Leave a comment. Let me know what I should bring. If you guys like the video, please subscribe. It means a lot. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers. We can get like a custom URL. And if you guys want to bring, if you guys want to win, not bring, if you guys want to win a sweet, sweet playmat and a custom box of sleeves, hey, follow me on Twitter. Retweet my tweet that's going up in a few minutes. And hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot. Hope you guys all have a great day. I will see you soon.